Hey everyone, so today I'm going to compare 4 brands of gel/cream eyeliners. Before I get started, I am going to just briefly go over the products that I'm wearing because I want to give you some feedback about one of them because it was a recent purchase and it wouldn't be enough information to do a full product review on. You'll see what I mean in a second. So today I'm wearing Guerlain Meteorites Light Diffusing Perfecting Primer and Makeup Forever HD Foundation, and my color number is 115. Benefit Sugarbomb Blush, Urban Decay Primer Potion. Oh, I forgot to say MAC Painterly Paint Pot for an under eye concealer, then Urban Decay Primer Potion. MAC Fresco Rose Paint Pot as a eyeshadow base. And for eyeshadows, I'm wearing Phloof is my highlight just under the brow bone, and on my eyelids dragged up into the crease a bit is MAC Jest. Phloof is MAC also. And then the eyeliner, I'm wearing the Wet n Wild Wet n Wild Cream Eyeliner in Eggplant, and I'll tell you about that in a minute. Maybelline The Falsies Mascara. Wet n Wild Lip Liner number 666. And Wet n Wild Lipstick in number 502A. And Bare Minerals Lip Gloss in Cupcake. Now, so the reason why I wanted to go through all these products is because this was the first time that I tried out the Wet n Wild lip liner, and I have to say that I'm really surprised that I didn't really care for it, and I was surprised because I had heard good things about it. I had read good reviews about it, and I had heard good things from, people in videos. But I didn't really care for it. It was kind of hard to work with, and it didn't really give my lips any specific definition. I wouldn't repurchase. I think the color is good, but the formula, seriously, I don't think I would repurchase it. But I'll probably continue to use it occasionally, just because I do like to use all my makeup, no matter whether I like it or not. I do try to mix it up and use different things. There are some things that I definitely use over and over again, but I've been making a real effort the last month or so to reach for and use everything that I have, because otherwise it's just a waste to even have it. So I would say thumbs down though on the Wet n Wild lip liner. Okay, but that's not what this video is really about. Today is about 4 brands of gel/cream eyeliners. Now, as a lot of you may know, I have been using the MAC Blacktrack fluid line for quite some time now. Pretty much every day. I go through kicks with my eyeliners. For years and years, I used pencil eyeliners along the lower lash line underneath the lashes, and I did that. Oh my god, yeah, years I did that. But then the last few months I have been using gel eyeliner on the waterline. For anybody that's wondering, the reason why I don't use eyeliner on my upper lash line is because my eyes are kind of hooded, and what that is this part of my eye right here droops a little bit, and it droops onto the eyelids. This is partially a genetic problem. My mother has really hooded eyes, and they've gotten really bad since she's gotten older. So it's genetics, but it's also age. As you get older, this tends to just droop anyway, and that's why a lot of women get like eye lifts and things like that. So if I just relax my face, you can kind of see how it is. but sometimes I try to make a concerted effort to like raise it up a little bit to make it not look so droopy. But anyways, so the reason why I don't use eyeliner along my upper lash line is because when you draw that line on there, it makes your eyes look even smaller and closes them off and narrows that space even more. So I already have it diminished, so I don't want to do anything to make it look even smaller and droopier than it already is. So I just like to use eyeliner on either my waterline, on the bottom, or along the lower lash line. Okay, so I was talking about MAC Blacktrack Fluid Line. This is what I have been using every day now for months, and I really like it. And I'm going to do a swatch of each of these products for you using my MAC 210 brush, which is what I always use for gel eyeliner. I'm going to swatch them side by side on my hand just so you can see. And the reason why, it's just going to be a small swatch, but I want to do this to try to emulate what it would look like if I was using it on my eyes, because obviously I can't switch out all four and do it on my eyes at the same time. Okay, so that's what it looks like, and it just glides on nice and smooth. It's very rich in pigmentation, very easy to work with. MAC, in my opinion, makes a great gel eyeliner. I think it's around $16 to buy it. And by the way, in terms of size or quantity of what you get, all four of these jars have 0.1 something of an ounce, or a tenth of an ounce. Some of them are 0.10, some of them are 0.13, but it doesn't really vary that much, so they all have approximately a tenth of an ounce of product in the jar. Alright, now the next one is going to be the Bobbi Brown Long Wear Gel Eyeliner, and I have it in the color Graphite Shimmer Ink. Okay, got to remember to clean that brush off before I go to the next one. I'm just cleaning the same brush off. Sorry, I have something that's driving me crazy here. I can feel it on my face. Okay, I think I got it. I'm just going to use the same brush over and over again to make the swatches as consistent as possible. So this is the, and I'm cleaning it off in between with the MAC brush cleaner on a paper towel. So this is the Bobbi Brown Graphite Shimmer Ink. And I'm going to swatch these right next to each other. Okay, so it's somewhat similar to the MAC. And this is supposed to be gray, and it's actually more of a dull black, so I wouldn't necessarily recommend this color of the eyeliner, because instead of looking like gray or silver, it just looks like a dull black. So I'm not really crazy about the color, but I don't think the camera's going to pick this up too well, but when you apply it, it doesn't apply as thorough as the MAC one does. And again, this is all going to be my opinions on this. This type of thing is very subjective, and you're going to notice that different people feel differently about makeup products and, when they work with them themselves, but this is just my opinion. But you probably, the camera's not going to pick it up, but you get just a hair of like skipping when you're applying it. And I don't feel as if the product applies as thoroughly when you're like dragging it across your waterline. So I don't like the Bobbi Brown as much as I do the MAC one. And I know that that doesn't really go along with what a lot of people will say, because I know Pixie Woo, they prefer the Bobbi Brown over the MAC. They don't use the MAC one at all. But I really like the MAC a lot better, actually, than the Bobbi Brown one. So let's clean the brush off again and go to the next one. And the next one is Maybelline Eye Studio. And I got this in the color brown. Oh, and by the way, it would have made a lot more sense to do this comparison if I had bought black for all four. But I didn't even know I was going to do this video until after I had purchased 3 out of the 4 eyeliners. And I really can't go back and, you know, get them all again in black. Especially the Bobbi Brown one, because the Bobbi Brown one is, I think, around 20. It might even be more than that. The Maybelline one, I think, was around $6, and the Wet n Wild was $4. Okay, so this is the Maybelline one, and again, this is in the color brown. Oh, that is definitely not representative of this eyeliner. I think I might have had some residual brush cleaner on there. Let me wipe this off and try it again. Okay. Okay, that's better. Now you can see it starts off at the top pretty like dark and pigmented, and then as you drag it, it gets lighter and thinner. When you're actually working with it on your eyes, though, I think it's very good for drugstore gel liner. You do have to go over it more than once, okay, because the formula is just not going to compare to, you know, a department store liner. But something else to take into consideration is this is brown, this is not black. But it's actually pretty darn good, I think. It applies smoothly, and I was able to work with it with no problem. As a matter of fact, I think I even put it on in my tutorial video right in front of you for the first time. So if you want to, you could always go back and actually see it in action. Now the fourth one, I just picked this up day before yesterday because someone had requested that I include the Wet n Wild one in this video, and this is a cream rather than a gel, but I still think that, you know, it's worth including in here just for comparison purposes, because this way here it was more balanced. I have 2 from department stores and 2 from the drugstore. So I'm wiping my brush here while I'm talking to you. Okay, so the brush is clean, and this is the Wet n Wild one. This is an Eggplant. It's a very, very dark purple. I'm wearing it right now. And let's swatch this. This swatch is going to make a liar out of me, because here's the swatch here, which looks like a really good swatch, but I think I put a little more product on the brush than I did with the others. But the bottom line is, what happens when you put it on? I had an awful time with this. I had to keep going over it and over it and over it as I was applying it, and it doesn't go on evenly. The formula looks terrific in swatch form, but it's really not. I would definitely not repurchase this, and it is the least expensive of the 4, so I wouldn't really expect it to be fantastic for $4, but no, I wouldn't repurchase this. I didn't care for it. But you know, I'm looking at this swatch and how terrific it looks in swatch form, and I'm a bit puzzled because when I applied it on my eyes, it was not good. And it even like dragged down a little bit on this eye here, and then I had to try to like clean it up a little bit, but that could just have been my application of it. So Yeah, you really can't go by these. I guess the swatching actually means absolutely nothing, but I guess it was worth it to show you, just to show you what the different colors look like. But in the end, I have to say that I like the MAC the best, and then the Maybelline is actually very impressive. Not really that crazy about the shade of brown, but that has nothing to do and doesn't take anything away from the actual formula and the ease of application. The Bobbi Brown one is good, but for $20-something, I would expect it to blow me away for that price, and it doesn't. It's not as good as the MAC, in my opinion. And the Wet n Wild, I would not repurchase. I had to keep going over it and over it. So that's my assessment of the 4 gel eyeliners, gel and cream. And, oh yeah, I just wanted to show you, when you buy the MAC and the Bobbi Brown, you don't get a brush or anything, you just get the product. However, when you buy when you buy drugstore eyeliners, you do get something to apply it with. Which is ironic, isn't it? You pay so much more for the department store ones, and then they don't give you anything to put it on with. It's like, buy your own brush. Anyway, this is what they give you for Wet n Wild, which is, this looks like you could work with this pretty easily. This is a pretty decent little brush that they give you, and it's pretty soft. And then this is the one from Maybelline. This, I wouldn't even attempt to try to use this. See how thick that is? Let me show you the difference. This is the one that I like, that I use all the time. See how the Maybelline one is really, really thick in comparison? I think this would probably apply too much product. It would probably go beyond your waterline and get all over the place. So, like I said, I haven't tried it, so I don't know, but I can kind of tell by looking at it that it doesn't look very practical. Whereas this is the Wet n Wild one is pretty thin, and I think you probably could work with this if you tried to concentrate the product on the tip of it, perhaps. I don't know. I wouldn't even attempt to use either one of those brushes, because I really love my MAC 210 one. Okay, so that's my opinion, and you know, a lot of you may disagree, but hey, whatever, I tried. So the MAC wins my competition here, and I'm going to give second place to Maybelline, only because I'm taking into consideration how much these things cost versus how good they are. So that's it for today, and if you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey, I just wanted to tell you one more thing, because this definitely would factor into the equation here. I just took a makeup wipe to wipe those swatches off my hand, and a very interesting thing happened. The MAC, the Bobbi Brown, and the Maybelline came off with one swipe. The Wet n Wild is still there. And I started scrubbing it and it wouldn't come off, and I said, ooh, you know, maybe this is something to consider here, because if you're the type of person who has trouble with their eyeliner coming off the waterline later on in the day, then maybe this is something to consider, that the Wet n Wild will still be there at the end of the day and the other 3 may not be. So let's give a few points back to Wet n Wild then for staying power. See ya.